Okay, so let's start this thing off right by telling you what competitive rank I'm in. As you can see, I am in Diamond 3. I have gone through all of the metal ranks to grind my way up through Diamond 3. It has not been easy, right? I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm the best player in the world, right? I make plenty of mistakes, etc., etc., right? I can improve, get good, all that shit, right? My goal is to one day maybe hit Grandmaster. I'd be pretty happy with that. I don't need to be one above all or eternity. Grandmaster is good enough for me. But during my climb, I ran into a significant problem that I think needs to be talked about because not enough people are talking about it, especially not enough people in these ranks right here. You know, these first 5 ranks. It's not a problem once you get up here and here and here from what I've seen, you know, from watching different YouTubers who are incredibly skilled and talented individuals. It's only a problem in these early ranks when, generally speaking, people still don't really know what the fuck they're doing. People are just kind of picking whatever, right? People's mechanical skills aren't the greatest. This, that, and the third, right? So if you clicked on this video, you've seen the title, you know what the title is. Something to the effect of, please stop picking Peni in my ranks. Thank you. Let me explain why. So I get it, right? Peni is cute. People like spider people, right? Into the Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse. You know, Spider-Man is one of the most picked characters in this game. Venom is often picked. Well, he's not picked that much because, you know, he's kind of difficult to use. But I see Peni so fucking often in my games. It is insane. I want to explain to people why this pick, in like 90% of instances, is a throw pick. Now, again, if you're cracked out of your mind, sure, pick Peni. But you're not cracked out of your mind. Because if you were cracked out of your mind, you wouldn't be in gold, plat, and diamond. You would be in Grandmaster, one above all, celestial, etc., right? When you look at games played by like the top 500 players, like some of the best players in the world, the streamers, etc., right? No one picks this character, right? Why does no one pick this character? That's what I want to talk about. Now, again, I showed you my rank, right? I'm not the greatest player of all time, right? There's plenty of shit about the game that I don't know and I don't understand, but I'm bringing you this perspective from a bronze to diamond level player, right? Because there's plenty of perspectives from top 500 players, and the game is just completely different when you hit those ranks, right? Because people hit their shots and people have incredible skill. But in these earlier ranks, skill level kind of fluctuates a little bit, so your picks matter so much more in these earlier ranks. And that's what I'm going to talk about with Peni here. So, on paper, Peni seems like she's pretty good, right? She's got the spider nest, right? This heals you over time. Look at that, it gives you fucking over health. These little mines track players who get inside of your nest, and they deal pretty good damage, right? Like that's pretty decent damage, right? She's pretty good at like defense. She's good at holding a point or holding positions. She's good at stopping, you know, a Black Panther or something like that who's diving your backline. You might think this is a decent ability. You know, she's got a lot of fucking health. She deals good damage, right? Look at that. Like, that's good damage. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mind you, I'm like right in her face. You know, the damage fall off is, you know, a bit much once you get further away, but still. She's got a stun. You know, like you can web people. That's on a 3-second cooldown. Like that's pretty good. I play Iron Man a lot. I've gotten stunned out of my ult by Pennies, right? I play Hulk. I've gotten completely shut down by a Peni when I jump in, punch their backline, and then she fucking stuns me before I can jump out, or before I can use my bubble. Like, that will really mess you up when you're playing dive or like a flying character, or even just, you know, trying to make a play, right? Peni can still stun you out of it. And of course she has her exploding mines. You can fucking set up your web and put your mines on like different surfaces and shit like that. You can like mobility, web swing. She can climb up walls, right? Like on paper, this character seems like it has a lot going for it, right? Or she seems like she has a lot going for it. And again, there are a small number of instances where Penny is actually a good pick. If you pick Penny on defense, I don't have that big of a problem with that. I still think you're throwing, right? I still think it's a bad pick, but I can understand your mentality, and who knows, you might know what you're doing on this character, right? You might have good aim. You might know when to use your fucking web stun. You might have good placements for the mines, etc., whatever, right? You might be able to make it work. My point that I want to hammer home here is, like I said earlier, picks matter the most in these early ranks, right? Because again, mechanical skill is kind of iffy, positioning is kind of iffy. You need to maximize your team comp in these early ranks if you want to climb, right? If you want to have a consistent, stress-free climb, maximizing your team comp is what's so important. So we just went over like most of her abilities. I didn't cover her ult because in my opinion, it's like either mediocre or just straight up bad. When Penny ults, I have no fear in my heart. I'm just like, okay, Penny is ulting. I'm either gonna get out the way or we're gonna burn her down, right? We're gonna shoot her to death. What I want to talk about is value, right? The value associated with your picks. So all of these are tanks. All of these are vanguards. They have lots of health. Their job is to take space, hold space, and mitigate damage. That is the job of a vanguard. There's likely more to that, but that's the general gist of what you want to do on Vanguard. Hulk, right? Nerd Bruce, transform your Hulk. Hulk has a lot of fucking health, right? He starts with 800 HP. That's pretty good. His punches are pretty reliable. They do good damage. Hulk, just like Penny, has a stun. Debatably, Hulk's stun is better than Penny's because Hulk's stun prevents you from getting healing. It prevents you from using cooldowns and abilities. It can stun you out of an ultimate. It lasts longer than Penny's stun. The only problem is that, Hulk's stun fucking has a 12-second cooldown, which isn't great. The hitbox on his stun is also rather, it's pretty small. You can knock people out of your stun as Hulk, but you're the only one who can interrupt the stun, right? Your teammates can't interrupt that. Of course, Hulk has a poke, right? And he has insane mobility, right? Like, Hulk can just get around the fucking stage, no problem. He can get around the map, better than pretty much any other Vanguard in the game, right? Stick to walls, he can knock people out of the air if he fucking jumps into them. He seems like he's a solid pick, right? And of course, you have Bubble, right? This gives you ult charge. You can bubble your teammates, right? You mitigate damage, right? You can completely block damage or block ults with Hulk's bubble. You can save people with Hulk's bubble. So you have two ways of interrupting the enemy on Hulk. You can stun them with his spit. You can jump and knock them out the air if they're a flying character. You can bubble your teammates, right? And completely nullify an enemy's ult or whatever attack that they're doing, etc., right? Doesn't matter. The point is, Hulk just has insane damage, right? He can dive. The only thing he's not good at is poke, right? Hulk doesn't really poke too good. This is like okay, but it's on like an 8-second cooldown, so not great. The point is, Hulk has moves that completely nullify damage, which is very important in this game because there's a lot of fucking burst damage in this game. A lot of people like to pick characters like Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl deals a lot of fucking damage. Hela deals a lot of fucking damage. The fucking Punisher deals a lot of damage, right? Like a lot of these characters, Namor, fucking Bucky deals insane damage. Her is like consistent damage. It's not insane burst damage. You kind of get the idea though, right? Of course, nobody really picks this character. Hawkeye, Storm, etc. Right? These are characters that can deal high amounts of like burst damage. Being able to mitigate damage in some way, just stop yourself or your teammates from taking damage, is insane. Why? Because it allows you to push. It allows you to take space without exploding. Penny is going to struggle to take space without exploding. Her hitbox is fucking huge. She has no block. She cannot stop damage from occurring. She can walk through the damage, and then she has to place her spider nest somewhere. And if the enemy team blows that up, it's like, okay, well, now you don't have healing, and your HP pool has been lowered. It's not great. It's not great. Of course, Doctor Strange has a shield and can fucking fly and use a portal every now and then. Captain America also has a fucking shield, right? This just straight up blocks damage and bounces it back. Like that's pretty fucking good. It's pretty good, right? Cap can just take space. He can literally just do this and walk into the enemy. Like if you need to take a point, right? Get a point. You can do this. Now you might not have too many resources when you get there, but that's when you start brawling or jump around or fucking put the block up or something like that. Use your massive HP pool to take that space and then block, right? To mitigate big damage that's coming your way, and let your healers do the rest, right? Magneto, of course, also has bubble and block, right? Magneto can fucking bubble his teammates, like insane, right? Like your Scarlet Witch is gonna make a play, bubble her. Your Iron Man is about to maximum pulse, bubble him. They can't kill him. He can get it off for free. Star-Lord is ulting, legendary, bubble him. He can go for free, right? Like Punisher ults and goes into fucking maximum death mode, bubble him, free. He just gets to walk for free. This is the kind of value you get on a hero like Magneto. Captain America can shield, right? Like if Punisher wants to walk in, shield him. Same with Strange. Throw the shield up. Walk with your Punisher. Penny can't do that. She can't do that. Like she starts walking. The enemy team shoots Penny. They burn Penny's health pool down, and then they kill your squishies. Now you might say, okay, well, Thor can't mitigate damage. So that's he should be just as bad as Penny, right? Thor can't mitigate damage. Thor gets shield every time he hits people with his abilities. Look at that. He can shield. That's pretty good. He has a lot of uptime. Now, I don't play a lot of Thor, right? But he has a lot of uptime. Do you want to know what else Thor has? Thor can enable one of the best fucking combos in the game with Storm. So even if Thor is just holding an angle, right? He's not pushing in. He should, right? Like I still need you to walk, right? Solo tanking on Thor seems like it's pretty fucking difficult, but you get the idea. Just existing, just being selected in the game enables Storm to completely fuck the enemy team because their team up is that strong. It's insane. This wins you games. If you pick these two characters and like the enemy team does not have fucking Hela, Hawkeye, Punisher, shit like that, right? Like you just win on Storm. There's a reason Storm is banned in like most top 500 games, like most high elo games, because this combo is completely cracked. There's a reason Hulk is banned. It's because his combo with Iron Man in Doctor Strange is cracked. It's insane. It wins you games. Picks matter in this game. You should give yourself as much of an advantage against the enemy team as possible, because you don't know if their mechanical skill will be better than yours when you're in these low ranks, right? You're still learning the game. You don't know the best positions, right? You don't know the most optimal plays, right? Because you're in the lower ranks. Your aim isn't even going to be the best, right? Because you're in low ranks. So you should maximize your win potential by picking good heroes. Picking heroes that either A, bring insane amount of value just by existing, like Thor does, and enabling your DPS to play something like Storm, or, play something like Magneto, Doctor Strange, who can just take space for free with their shield abilities. Groot can put up walls. I'm not forgetting about Groot. He puts up walls. That stops damage. They have to shoot the walls first. You can stand behind the walls, One of his walls gives shield to both himself and his team. That's insane. Which one is it? Iron Wall? Yeah. Groot and nearby allies gain bonus health while they damage enemies while standing near it. That's insane. And it has a lot of hit points. It's pretty fucking good. Groot's like decent. He's pretty decent. Venom is different just because he is a dive tank. Think of him like Wrecking Ball if you ever play Overwatch, right? You use Venom when you have like Spider-Man, Black Panther, right, Magic or something like that, right? Picks that will dive, right? Then you can run some Venom, right? But Venom is not very good. He's better at like an off tank. He's better as a second tank. They can just torment the back line while you have like a Magneto or a Doctor Strange in the front or like a Groot in the front, fucking blocking damage, pestering their enemy tanks, right? And then Venom just gets to go in for free with the other dives, and he can fucking help them out, right? That's where Venom's value comes from. What the fuck does Peni do? What does she do? She doesn't do very much. That's the problem. Like, she needs help. Is the only thing I can tell you about this character. So again, if you pick her on defense, I'm not angry at you. There are certain circumstances where this character can be useful. Again, you're getting tormented by Spider-Man, you're getting tormented by Black Panther and Magic in your backline. You stay close to your healers, you throw the nest down, and you just deny dives. You can do that on Peni, and that's actually pretty valuable, right? Peni can be useful there. However, what inspired me to make this, to have this conversation and inform people, is people are not picking Peni on defense. I mean, they are, but you know what? You know what else they're doing? They're picking Peni on attack. That does not make any sense whatsoever. Please, if you are a Peni player and you are in the comments section, I am abusing this Luna Snow, and I'm not okay with that. I don't actually hate Luna. Let's get a character that I don't like. Like Hella. There we go. That's more like it. If you are a Peni player, please educate me in the comment section. Why are you picking Peni on attack? Let me know. I want to know. And if your answer is not good enough, I will be happy to point and laugh at you. Because it doesn't make sense. By that, I mean, if the answer is something like, well, actually, you know, because she has the stun, she's pretty good at pushing a point, right? She has a lot of hit points. You can set this up and walk in for free, you know, because you have so many hit points, and they can't really approach you, right? But then you get out of the spider nest. It's like, what do you do now? Okay, well, you just move it. Okay. It's nice that it's not on a cooldown, right? So you can kind of just place it, break it, and place it again. So you can, like, take space this way. But I'm going to be real with you. This is not how I see Peni players play on attack. This is not what this looks like. The second way I'll put this is, if you have a second tank and you want to take Peni as your off tank to, again, guard a point or guard your supports, I'm not entirely upset with that. That's a reasonable conclusion to come to, is you want to play Peni as the off tank to protect your supports or protect your backline. Okay. I don't agree with that. I think you should just play something like Magneto, right? Magneto can protect his backline. Doctor Strange can protect his backline pretty well. Magneto's maybe a little better at protecting from dive, right? But Strange can protect his backline. Captain America can do a decent job of protecting his backline. Hulk does an excellent job at protecting his backline because of his stun and mobility. He can be both in the mid-fight, and he can get back to his backline if he needs to. He can bubble his backline, generate ult charge for himself, and protect them from dying. What does Peni do? What does she do? What does she do? I think another, like, really shameful part about this character is she is not the centerpiece of any team up. She just benefits from Venom's team up. If this doesn't show you that the devs don't think she should be a main tank, why is it that, you know, Penny is the recipient of a team up. She's not the centerpiece. Yeah, Cap is also the recipient of a team up, but Cap can hold his own. He can play the game by himself and not have too much of a problem, right? I mean, you definitely still would like a second tank for Cap, but he doesn't live or die based on getting the Thor team up, right? Honestly, Venom's, as far as I'm aware, Venom's team up with Penny doesn't do anything for her either. Why does it just give her the same ability that it gives Spider-Man? It doesn't make sense. Give her something better, right? What if you made her nest have more health, right? Because it's infused with fucking symbiote spiders or some shit like that. Or maybe the nest slows people down because there's fucking symbiote goo coming out of the nest. Or the mines that hit people slow them down because of the symbiote. That would actually make the team up really good. It'd make her decent, right? It'd make her better at doing what she already does, which is deny dive. So again, to close out, all I'm saying, please stop picking this character in low rank. Please stop picking this character in general, right? If you want to pick her in quick play, go ahead, no problem. Have fun playing Penny, right? But for whatever reason you want to play her, have fun playing Penny. But please do not pick this character when you lock Vanguard in comp. You have so many better choices than Penny Parker. It Magneto, Strange, Hulk, Cap, Groot. If you want someone who's defensive, right? These three are great choices for defensive tanks. I just want answers. Stop picking her on attack. Pick her on defense. Don't pick her as the solo tank. Pick her as an off tank. If you don't have another tank, pick something else. But you are throwing your games. And when I say throw, let me clarify that, right? I don't mean you pick Penny and you instantly lose the game. I think it's fairly likely if you hard lock Penny every game and you're the only tank, you are going to lose most of your games because you're basically just relying on your DPS to carry you, which is not how you get better at the game. You get better at the game by making plays and picking good heroes and synergizing with your team. But if you are going to pick Penny, again, don't pick her. Or that's what I meant, right? Like, even if you win the game on Penny, you're still throwing, right? Like, even if you won, don't think you won because Penny is cracked and Penny is a good character. You won because either the enemy team was bad and you were probably going to win that game anyway, or your DPS are good, or you were just able to make some plays, that you likely could have made on any of the other characters in the Vanguard category, right? But again, whatever you can do on this character, all of these other characters pretty much do it better and have better team ups for the most part. So that is my public service announcement for the day. Thank you for watching. Go play some Marvel Rivals and stop playing Penny. Thank you and good night.